Up, Campbell's? You know what? Yeah, I'm fucking poor, and I'm okay with that. But you know what I'm not okay with? You fucking billion-dollar companies lying to us poor people. Thank you, Richard.
Have you heard about the Campbell soup scandal? Oh my God, they've got some explaining to do. Listen to this recording from a former vice president of the company.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit? I don't buy Campbell products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
I heard there's a lawsuit, and I heard there might even be charges filed against this former vice president. But how true is what he said? Let's look at the label together and find out. Contains bioengineered ingredients. The ingredients from corn and soy in this product come from genetically modified crops. That says nothing about the meat. So I only have one question for you, Campbells. Is there really 3D printed meat in this soup? Are you really trying to trick us into eating some shit? Because I think your consumers absolutely deserve to know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment.
And you know, Campbell's noodle soup, listen, you and your chicken cubes can hit the road, okay? Because I can make my own chicken noodle soup and have a soda on the side at the house.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Beauty. If today is your first time coming across my channel, you are welcome. And to the people who has been supporting this channel by subscribing to the channel and sharing my videos, I do appreciate all of you. So a lot of Americans are calling for the boycott of Campbell's soup. And one of the reasons why they are calling for this boycott is the executive goes on a long rant and said Campbell's soup is shit and it is for poor people. And this has caused a lot of reactions from people. He also said he barely eats it himself and make joke of the Indian workers in the company, and this has caused a lot of reaction from people. Anyway, let's dive into people's reactions and we will come back to discuss more about this. Subscribe to this channel for more quality content like this. Comment your thoughts in the comment section and we'll be right back.
The Campbell Soup VP was recorded saying crazy things about the company. He literally was saying not only poor people buy that soup, and he doesn't eat it because it's nasty. He also said that there's bioengineered meat in it, like 3D printed meat inside the soup, and said that it's not healthy. And it really just is so amazing to see all of this happen because it's like, oh, well, you're just giving the consumer a reason to not buy your product because you actually don't even believe in your product. Yeah, you're the VP for this company, but like actually you are telling the public pretty much that the soup is poison. And obviously he probably didn't know he was being recorded, you know? But either way, that's how you genuinely feel about Campbell's soup as the VP of the company. And then knowing that and knowing it's not healthy and knowing that the meat is engineered in a lab and 3D printed, but then to still like be the VP of the company, it's like you're just the VP because you want the money, but you don't actually care how it affects people, how it's unhealthy for people, and then literally was calling the consumer of Campbell's soup poor. He was like, I don't buy our product because it's for poor people, pretty much is what he was saying. And it's like, oh, so you don't believe in your own product for your company, and you think that it's unhealthy, and you think that it's kind of toxic because there's 3D printed meat in it, and you also don't buy it because you believe that it's just for poor people, who then you're basically saying don't deserve to have anything healthy because they're poor. And so you don't care how the company is actually affecting anyone's health. Because again, your company and your product is meant for poor people. Like, do you see how that's all realistically the craziest thing ever? Like, that's actually insane. And so obviously something's probably going to happen from this. But my thing is that just proves that maybe people don't need to be eating your product. Like, and that's just going to be bad for your company. Insane.
Breaking fuck the news and do me a favor for 1 second and lock the fuck in. Campbell Soup exec allegedly recorded in rant saying company's chicken came from a 3D fucking printer. An executive at the Campbell's company allegedly went on a furious rant for 1 hour and 15 minutes in which he claimed that his own product was shit for fucking poor people. Martin Bailey, one of the brand's vice presidents, was recorded by a former Campbell employee, Robert Garza, who allegedly he has an audio clip of the executive telling him that the company's meat came from a 3D fucking printer. Garza told the Click on Detroit that he recorded his former boss's enraged rant after having an instinct that something wasn't right with Martin. When he went to a restaurant with Bailey to discuss his salary, we have shit for fucking poor people. Who buys our shit? Bailey alleged shouts and recording according to Click on Detroit. I don't buy Campbell products barely anymore. It's not healthy now that I know what the fuck is in it. Bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D fucking printer. According to Garza, the alleged tirade eventually descended into a racist rant about Indian people. Fucking Indians don't know a fucking thing, the recording said. Like they couldn't think for their fucking selves. Jesus. Let me put a picture of this dude. Hold on. Hey, this is the piece of shit who said that Campbell's meat is 3D printed. It tastes like shit. It is shit. And he went on a racist tirade about Indians. Hold on, this is the piece of shit. So, fuck. That was way worse than I thought it was gonna get. Wow. Whoa, hey, boycott the fuck out of Campbell soup. Not just the chicken noodle and the tomato, everything Campbell. Don't eat that shit. What the fuck?
Bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
Campbell Soup vice president just said that their soups have 3D printed meat in them. He was also caught on recording saying that Campbell's products are for poor people and that he won't eat them because he knows that they are unhealthy with the bioengineered meat in them. This was all caught on audio recording by an employee named Robert Garza of Michigan. Garza filed a lawsuit against Campbell's on Thursday and released audio he says features Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bailey. A Campbell's Soup Company spokesperson released a statement that said, "We are proud of the food we make, the people who make it, and the high-quality ingredients we use. The comments on the recording are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. Keep in mind the alleged comments are made by an IT person who has nothing to do with how we make our food. If the recordings are legitimate, the comments are unacceptable and they do not reflect our values and the culture of our company." Mr. Bailey is temporarily on leave while we conduct our investigation.
Campbell's Soup is under scrutiny right now because some higher up was caught on a recording saying that Campbell's is for poor people and he doesn't eat that shit. His family won't eat that shit. And he talked about how there was bioengineered ingredients in there, specifically the meat. He said the meat was like 3D printed chicken inside the chicken noodle soup. My theory is that Ina Garten has been subtly trying to tell us this because if you watch her cooking show, especially the old episodes and stuff, she always talked about using good vanilla, good cocoa, good anything, good cream, good eggs, anything, it had to be good is what she talked about. So I have a theory that she specifically had some sort of information and she's been trying to subtly, sneakily, tell us this. And second, who even eats Campbell's to begin with? I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Campbell's is disgusting. It has been gross since I was a child. I remember being 5 years old in 1999, 2000, and I thought that shit was nasty even then. Like, nobody in my family eats that. If you look at the back of a Campbell's label, especially on like something like cream of chicken or cream of mushroom, the soup, whatever it is, it's more chemicals and preservatives than it actually is cream, mushrooms, or chicken.
So Campbell's Soup thinks it's funny to mock poor people. That's wild coming from a company that literally built their entire empire off of the same working class families that they're laughing at. You can't spend decades selling canned sodium water and bioengineered mystery meat to people who are struggling and then turn around and talk shit about them. That's not just disrespect. That's who these corporations really are. And the comments I've seen prove it. Everyone's done. People are finally realizing that Campbell's owns, half the damn snack aisle. Goldfish, Snyder's, Cape Cod, Kettle Brand, Pretzel Crisps, Prego, Swanson, all the same company feeding us the same garbage under different labels. And now we find out that they're slipping bioengineered ingredients in the food and didn't even bother putting it in the label. But sure, the people buying it are the poor ones, right? The ones working 2 jobs, the ones stretching groceries, the ones keeping Campbell's alive for a century. This is exactly why people are pissed. This is why people are tapping out. Because if a company openly disrespects the same people that are keeping the lights on, then they don't deserve any of our money anymore.
And you know, Campbell's noodle soup, listen, you and your chicken cubes can hit the road, okay? Because I can make my own chicken noodle soup and have a soda on the side at the house, okay? Listen, because what you feeling like? Listen, first of all, it was already sus anyway, those little chicken cubes, because why chicken is in the form of a cube in the damn ways. Talking about some chicken noodle soup is for poor people, listen, okay? You finna get a taste of what it's like about to be poor, okay? I hope that your stocks tank so bad that you won't have 2 pennies left to rub together. I wouldn't even pay a penny for your thoughts. Let's be honest anyways, Campbell's noodle soup, listen, you and those chicken cubes, it was mad salty anyways, okay? You eat 1 can of noodle soup, listen, you is 1 can away from hypertension, okay? Listen, if I ever get a sniffle or a little tickle in my throat, you ain't gotta worry about me grabbing a can of chicken noodle soup, okay? Because you and those cubes can hit the road, Jack. And for real, those chicken cubes wasn't even all that, okay? Let's be for real, okay? We was doing y'all a favor because honestly, I wouldn't even feed those chicken cubes to a stray cat in an alley.
It's barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it. Even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat. Bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
Oh, hey, Martin, when Campbell's Soup said just add hot water, I don't think this is what they meant. So the recording that you just heard was allegedly made by this guy, Martin Bally, who is the Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer at Campbell's Soup. He was also allegedly caught saying things like Campbell's Soup is for poor people, and then making racist and disparaging remarks against Indian employees. Like, this is Campbell's Soup. Campbell's Soup is supposed to be one of those, like, wholesome American companies, something that you buy, you know, when your kids are at home sick. But instead, one of their executives is caught allegedly talking shit about the products, talking shit about the customers, talking shit about the employees. Comfort food, not so much, I guess. And the reason we know any of this information is because of this guy, Robert Garza, who said that he was having a meeting with this guy, and he went on this like hour-long rant about how shit the company is and how he hates basically their customers and their employees. So he reports it. He says, hey, you know, this is happening with this guy, you know, Martin Bally. And like 3 weeks later, he gets fired with no write-ups, no nothing. They're just like, yeah, you gotta go. He's like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna file a lawsuit. And that's exactly what he did. And granted, this guy is in securities. He's not in like, you know, recipe development or like food science or anything like that. But I don't know. For me, if an executive is speaking this way about the company they work for, it makes me very wary. It makes me very cautious and rethink, you know, possibly buying products made by the company. But I guess we'll see how the lawsuit and, you know, the investigation goes.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is actually a wake-up call. It shows how ugly things can be behind closed doors. Even in a company that sells something as simple and friendly as soup, no product is for poor people, and no worker deserves racism, and no executive should mock the people who put food on their table. If companies want people's trust, they need to respect every customers and consumers and every workers, not just the one with money and power. If you want to make your customers and consumers happy, you need to respect them and respect their demand. Coming out to make a racist comment about your worker is wrong. And calling products a lot of people consume for poor people, it's also wrong. These are my thoughts, these are my opinions. Comment your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel for more quality content like this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.